Welcome back to another Monday Morning Mentoring. I'm Stephana. In today's video, I want to talk about transitions. So this week we are transitioning into spring from winter. Now that's the natural rhythm of the seasons, but we also have transitions during our day, and there are natural times of winter or more quiet and settling in times. We can think of what that would be, right? When we're sleeping, we have that natural winter season of our day. And then there's the more energetic time, blossoming ideas, fresh perspectives coming in during our day, but then also during our season. And then there's also the seasons of our life, right? We could look at it from that way. Our day, and then our season of a year, and then our lifetime seasons. So let's just talk about transitions for a moment and understand that these are really important for well-being and for you performing your best in all areas of your life, your energy, your work, your love, and relationships. So when we do not build in these transitions and we don't honor the transitions that need to take place, we can get, I'll call it a backup. We can get a lot of stagnant energy. We can get stuck. We can feel heavy. This is something that shows up in our body a lot, right? Excess weight, and not just physical weight. We can feel really dense emotional energy, dense mental energy where we're sluggish and we can't think clearly. All of that is a natural manifestation of not understanding and really facilitating well-being during transitions or utilizing the shifts that naturally occur. So one of the things that you can do, especially as we're moving into spring, is we can go, and I'll just give you a quick story. What do we think of at spring? Spring cleaning, right? So what do? We open up all the doors and windows, we take all the sheets out, we take the beds and we pound on the beds and we get air circulating, we get circulation, we get the chi energy flowing. That's what spring is about, right? There's an opening, there's a flow. So think that way as we move in through this week of the transition. There's naturally going to be that. But I also want to tie this in and remind you that we have that naturally in our everyday. Even when it's winter, we still have those seasons during our day. And so if we can naturally build those transitions in and understand them, we don't necessarily react or hit up against those natural transitions that are going to happen. Instead, we can flow with them. And that's a really important understanding to have for optimal well-being, is we want to flow with these natural transitions instead of work against them all the time. So if there were 3 things that you could do this week in your spring transition, I would suggest, number 1, let go of anything that is no longer serving you. Now this could be papers, people, energy, thoughts. Just observe for a bit, allow for this transition to go into, just take a few moments and that's no longer serving me. Or even build in a little bit of an algorithm when something comes up and there's a resistance, or it feels really heavy, feels extra resistance. Check and see, is this something I need to let go of? And if it is, let's do that. Let's go of that. Let's open up, let it flow through. You don't really even have to do anything with it. Just let it flow back to nature, let it release. The second, in terms of the body, one of the things that you can do with the body, and in fact I just came from a walk, is go out and walk. It is now spring. You probably feel like you could go out and walk a little bit more. It's still a little chilly in the Pacific Northwest. It looks like the rain's going to open up soon, but it's a great time to get out and move the body, get it moving. You could even just stand in place and do a little bit of rebounding to let the body, to just get the chi flowing, the energy flowing, right? So physically, that's a great thing to do. Another tool would be to do some brushing, skin brushing, brush towards the heart. That's a great way to get, especially sloughing off dead skin. Maybe we've been wearing our turtlenecks and our tight clothes and our warm clothes, and so we haven't had the air breathing on our skin. That's a great way, another tool there. And then in terms of work, so I've talked about energy-wise with people and our relationships. That's just look at where have you been stagnant? Where is there heavy energy around a relationship? Doesn't mean to get rid of it. Doesn't mean you have to uproot it and get rid of it. But definitely check and see, where do you need to put some flow? Where does flow need to happen? Is a conversation needing to happen? Is perhaps there's some things that have been dormant for a while, right? So get that idea. We're coming out of winter. Things have been dormant. Where do we need to shake things up a bit, open up the windows, get some flow going? Think about that this week. Take some action this week. Let me know how it goes. Please send me a message, either comment in the chat or send me a message. I love to find out when these resonate with folks and you share. It inspires me to give more, and so please let me know if this resonates. Definitely, as we transition into spring, there's a lot happening. If you remember, transitions are a natural part of life. If you flow with them and you understand them and you use them to help facilitate positive transformation, then you will be far ahead of the game of life in where we live in our culture right now. And just allow nature to support you. And I will say, if you need some support on this, and my specialty is facilitating, I like to say, radical positive transformation, especially for leaders, please don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information should be in those chats, but in the comments below. And I'll give you my phone number as well, 360-936-3374. If you send a text, I will. We can get you on the calendar, and I'll support you in helping facilitate that radical positive transformation that you'd like. Okay, peace and blessings. Have an amazing week.